Most of the chemicals are easy to find. The rest can be imported from China. Production is quick. If a shipment is seized at the border, there's always more on the way.
What people don't realize is that lawless drugs coming from the southern border with Mexico have killed more U.S. civilians than the wars in Iraq and Afghanistan.
Burning vehicles, block roads, and violent gang battles echo through the streets of Culiacan. The Mexican city in the northwest heartland of the Sinaloa Cartel has descended into a battleground.
The Sinaloa Cartel had enough money to buy out government officials, the judiciary, the military, the police, and even within America, to import stolen guns and ammunition into Mexico, with as much as $23 billion in illicit drug earnings from the United States alone. This particular cartel was repeatedly untouchable, which explains the lawlessness, daredevil killings, and deadly gangsterism that reigned in the 1970s, 80s, 90s, and 2000s till most recently 2019 throughout Mexico, Venezuela, Colombia, and the United States of America. Welcome to True Crime Revealed, where we explore the darkest corners of the human psyche and uncover chilling stories that have gripped the world. We explore mysteries, cold cases, and spine-tingling tales of true crime cases, from notorious serial killers to unsolved disappearances, leaving no stone unturned. In today's episode, we will unveil the personalities of Héctor Luis Palma Salazar, also known as El Guero, the boss of Mexico's most powerful, most successful, and most notorious drug cartel, as well as the cold-blooded killer of his wife and children. Stay with me to the very end as I take you through this intriguing tale. Let's get started. Héctor Luis Palma Salazar, aka El Guero, is a prolific and enigmatic Mexican drug trafficker who co-founded the Sinaloa Cartel with Joaquin El Chapo Guzman and Ismael Zambada Garcia. El Guero committed a series of heinous atrocities to avenge the horrible killing of his family, as ordered by his boss, Miguel Angel Félix Gallardo. But who killed El Guero's wife and children?
Luego de 28 años preso, se trata de uno de los fundadores del Cártel de Sinaloa junto al Joaquín El Chapo Guzmán.
El Guero was captured on June 23, 1995, and transported to the United States, where he was sentenced to prison until June 2016. He was then deported to Mexico and charged with a double homicide conviction for the 1995 murders of 2 Nayarit police officers. El Guero is presently imprisoned at the Altiplano prison, which is located near Mexico City. El Guero began his criminal career as a car thief and later worked as a hitman for Miguel Angel Félix Gallardo, often known as the Godfather, under the umbrella of the Guadalajara Cartel. The Guadalajara Cartel ruled supreme, its reach unrivaled, and its hold on Mexico's drug trade grew stronger by the day. The Godfather was the brain behind this empire of terror, not only because of his intellect and strategic methods, but also because he brought Mexico's drug kingpins together like never before. El Guero drew the Godfather's attention with his unyielding sense of duty and lethal efficiency, especially when it comes to killing people. Félix Gallardo assigned him to his hitman division, but fate had other plans for El Guero, who quickly rose through the ranks to become the chief planner and executor of the drug trade between Sonora and the United States, smuggling tons of cocaine and other narcotics into the country. In 1989, the Godfather was arrested. While detained, he remained a prominent trafficker in Mexico, running his business by mobile phone until he was relocated to a new maximum security prison in the 1990s. Following the loss of a huge cocaine shipment blamed on El Chapo and El Guero, El Lobito Reynoso was assassinated in 1988, but El Guero was spared. At this point, the Godfather's organization, the Guadalajara Cartel, split into 2 factions: the Tijuana Cartel, led by the Godfather's nephews, the Arellano Felix brothers, and the Sinaloa Cartel, led by former Lieutenants Héctor Luis Palma Salazar, El Guero, Adrian Gómez González, and Joaquin Guzman Lora, El Chapo. The Sinaloa Cartel was formerly known as La Alianza de Sangre. When Héctor Luis Palma Salazar, El Guero, was apprehended on June 23, 1995, by forces of the Mexican army, his companion, Joaquin Guzman Lora, took over as cartel boss. El Guero was caught in Arizona in 1978 for cocaine trafficking and sentenced to 8 years in a U.S. jail. When he was released, he discovered that his wife, Guadalupe Leja Serrano, had fled with Clavel and taken El Guero's 2 children along with her. Enrique Rafael Clavel Moreno was a Venezuelan drug trafficker who worked for the Guadalajara and Tijuana cartels. Born in Venezuela, he moved to Mexico to serve as a chauffeur for Guadalajara Cartel head Miguel Angel Félix Gallardo. Following the fall of the Guadalajara Cartel, he joined the new Tijuana Cartel of Benjamin and Ramon Arellano Félix. In 1989, he was sent by the Arellano Félix brothers to infiltrate the family of Sinaloa Cartel boss Héctor Luis Palma Salazar and seduce his wife, Guadalupe Leja Serrano. Clavel was a handsome, athletic man who claimed to be loving and compassionate. El Guero's wife, Guadalupe Leja Serrano, fell head over heels in love with him and eloped with him. They vanished, taking El Guero's 2 children, and moved to the United States, where he was able to demonstrate his true disposition. He was not the same man he seemed to be. Clavel appeared to demonstrate that he was a ruthless killer devoid of any feelings. Clavel forced Guadalupe to withdraw $7 million from a bank account before beheading her and sending her head back to El Guero. The 2 young children, Jesus, aged 5, and Natalie, aged 4, were brought to Venezuela and thrown down a bridge known as the Bridge of Death. The Puente de la Concordia, located in San Cristobal, Tequila, about 40 kilometers from the Colombian border. Clavel soon resumed working with the Tijuana Cartel. El Guero retaliated by first executing Gallardo's lawyer and Clavel's 3 children, and then arranging for Clavel to be arrested for murder. On El Guero's orders, he was assassinated in his cell while serving his sentence. 3 Venezuelan university students were also brutally murdered on El Guero's instructions. To this day, it is unknown if these 3 students were complicit in El Guero's family murder or acted solely out of sheer wrath and a desire for vengeance. To date, it cannot be ascertained the number of people that were killed in this war of rage and revenge. The Sinaloa Cartel has been at odds with the Tijuana Cartel, Arellano Félix organization, over the Tijuana smuggling route to the border city of San Diego, California. The enmity between the 2 cartels stems back to the Miguel Angel Félix Gallardo setup and murder of El Guero's family. El Guero launched an attack on the Tijuana Cartel at a nightclub in Puerto Vallarta, Jalisco, on November 8, 1992, killing 8 Tijuana Cartel members in the shootout, with the Arellano Félix brothers successfully escaping the location with the help of Logan Heights gangster David D. Barron. In retribution, on May 24, 1993, the Tijuana Cartel attempted to assassinate Guzman at Guadalajara Airport. 6 civilians were slain in the subsequent shootout by hired gunmen from the Logan Heights, San Diego-based 30th Street Gang. Among those killed was Roman Catholic Cardinal Juan Jesus Posadas Ocampo. The church hierarchy initially felt Ocampo was targeted as retaliation for his strong stance against the drug trade. However, Mexican officials believe Ocampo was simply caught in the crossfire. The Cardinal arrived at the airport in a white Mercury Grand Marquis Town vehicle, which was known to be popular among drug lords, making it a target. Logan Heights gang leader David got intelligence that Guzman was to arrive in a white Mercury Grand Marquis Town vehicle, according to D. Barron. This argument is frequently challenged because Ocampo was wearing a long black cassock and a huge pectoral cross, as well as having little resemblance to Guzman. El Guero returned to drug trafficking, this time with the Sinaloa Cartel, where he shared leadership with Ismael Zambada Garcia, El Mayo, and Joaquin Guzman Lora, El Chapo.
Héctor Luis El Guero Palma es uno de los fundadores del Cártel de Sinaloa, una de las organizaciones criminales más poderosas de México. Según la DEA, este cártel es hoy el principal traficante de fentanilo a Estados Unidos. El Guero Palma es originario de Sinaloa y comenzó su carrera criminal robando coches.
El Guero was arrested on June 23, 1995. After the crash landing of a 12-seater Learjet, he was traveling in to attend a wedding reception. He was flying from Ciudad Obregón, Sonora, to Guadalajara, Jalisco, when the plane was forced to divert and was unable to find a new landing strip in time. El Guero survived the crash and was apprehended by Mexican military officials. He initially escaped detection by traveling in full uniform as a federal judicial police officer, complete with identification and an armed caravan of PJF personnel, but it was the golden gun he was carrying that gave him away. El Guero was extradited to Mexico in June 2016 after serving 19 years at the Atwater Federal Prison. He was charged with the double murder of police officers in Nayarit in 1995. He is currently imprisoned at the Altiplano prison, which is located near Mexico City. In addition, El Guero was sanctioned by the U.S. government for his role in drug trafficking. This measure made it an offense for any U.S. residents and companies to carry out any business with him and effectively froze all of his assets in the U.S. Despite his exemplary behavior throughout his long years in jail, psychological tests carried out on him and shown by U.S. authorities following his release in 2016 indicate that El Guero has low social empathy towards anyone and a strong criminal tendency. According to the documentation, he never mentioned the brutal murder of his wife and children. If his release is confirmed, the old El Guero will have the opportunity to show whether he has moved on from the past or whether he is still plotting retribution. No matter how invincible one may think he is, fate is always lurking by and can be a merciless puppeteer orchestrating the symphony of doom. No matter how you look at it, crime does not have any value added to any life. El Guero, as powerful as he came to be, ended up with no family, no joy, and no peace of mind because the next gunshot sound might be the one that will take his life. Same with Clavel. He thought he got an assignment that would bring him fame and promotion through the ranks quickly. He never knew it was an engagement with death. If you enjoyed this video and want more spine-tingling true crime stories, kindly hit the like, share, and subscribe buttons. Don't forget to turn on the notification bell so you will be informed when we upload new videos. Thank you for watching.